Hey guys, I am Stewart. Welcome back to S2 TV, and this is my Padawan. Who are you?
Brian.
So, getting ready to do a heavy leg day. We're going to do maximum effort squat, and we're going to do some speed deadlift, supersetting with those squats. We're going to treat it as a warm-up, and then also a little technique. I wanted to share with you my my pre-workout concoction. Brian's drinking just coffee. Already had that. It's 6:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning, if you can't tell. So we're still trying to figure out what the hell we're doing here.
Yeah.
But I've put a cup of orange juice, BCA's Oops, and about 4 ounces of water in this guy. And what I'm looking to do is to make sure, since it's the morning, I'm going to preload those glycogen stores and make sure I got plenty of glycogen to get through this workout. The BCAs, obviously, from a performance standpoint, I just want to make sure that I'm not chewing any muscle up during this workout. And after that, I'm going to eat a big old powerhouse breakfast, remembering that, let's just say that fat loss is not a concern to you guys like it is to me. You easily could, load this up double, mix it with a protein shake. You can really jam some calories into a little cocktail this big pre-workout. And you want to make sure you're maximizing those pre and post workouts. But we're going to do a little tutorial today on leg day. We're going to talk a little bit, chit chat, a little Q&A, stuff like that. So stay tuned. So we're doing bar warm-ups. Always, always, always. We start with the bar, work technique. Brian's is looking pretty good. This is kind of new to Brian. He's never done a lot of low bar back squats. So we're going to work a lot of technique today. And then we're going to be doing supersets with speed deadlift. We're going to do the first 5 sets, I would imagine. First 5 sets with speed deadlift. And then we're going to be doing increasing weight in squats. And then after about 5 sets of speed deadlift, we're going to go solamente squat. Out. One more. Grab your...
So I have heard Stewart talking about his training cycle throughout the past week maybe, and he's talking about overcompensation.
Supercompensation.
Supercompensation.
Super.
Okay, excuse me. What is that? I've heard you talk about it, and I don't know what is compensating.
Yeah, okay, so it'd probably be best if I have my little whiteboard out, because you know how I love to draw on that. But just I'll kind of draw a little line and you can imagine. So think about today's workout that we just did. An hour and a half of just one exercise, increasing in load. It's a lot on the energy systems, connective tissue, muscle, the nervous system. Mentally, you know, I'm done. How about you? You want to do more squats?
No.
I have no interest in squatting anymore today. So what we've got is, we are basically, let's say homeostasis is this line. We are right now down here.
Okay.
All right? So the body and all the energy systems really doesn't care for that too much. And what's going to happen is, over about 24 hours, my ATP stores, our ATP stores, are going to recover back to normal in about 24 hours. It takes about 48 hours for all the glycogen level to be restored, right? So anything shy of 48 hours hitting maximum effort again is going to be ridiculous. Your body is not ready for it. Now, on top of that, we've got a nervous system adaptation. It's not just connective tissue, muscle, all your energy systems, ATP, glycogen, holy cow. It's your nervous system as well. And your nervous system is going to be the last to recover. And the best way that you know that the nervous system is ready to go, all the systems are ready to go, is that you are hungry to squat again. You want to get under some heavy weight. And what I'm finding is, for me, that's about 72 hours that I hit supercompensation. So we get down in this hole, and it's much like a refeed day. We reduce the calories, right? And the body hates it, and then we jack it up with about double the amount of carbohydrate, and the body supercompensates. And we ended up seeing the week after, seeing weight loss because of that. Strength is happening the same way. Now the key is, we want to catch that wave. And remember, it's all of it. It's physical and mental especially has to be lined up before we hit that supercompensation wave. If we hit it just right, we walk in and we're just crushing weights and we feel great about it. If you're hit it too soon, you're not ready, you're going to grind out that workout. All right? So those are the things you want to be thinking about. We're doing supercompensation in a microcycle inside of the week, trying to hit it just right, but there's supercompensation throughout a whole periodized cycle as well. So it's not just the week, it's the summation of months of training that we want to also hit that supercompensation when we go into the meet. That should be the ultimate supercompensation day.
Okay.
Does that help?
That makes a lot of sense. You said something as well, glycogen levels, and you're talking about different fuel sources, energy sources, and how they're being emptied. How do we refuel those? What energy systems are we working, and how do we refuel those?
Well, today was predominantly ATP. Now, you were moving more into the phosphocreatine system, PC, or people still call it CP, creatine phosphate system. So that is technically usually where we see more hypertrophy, is in that CP system. And those are going to be rep ranges of maybe 5 to 10 reps for guys. And you can think about a heavier weight, you're going to be doing less reps, but the time it takes to do it is roughly going to be about the same as if when you could do 10 reps. Now, I was mostly in the ATP system, and both of those energy systems can recover after about 24 hours. Glycogen is going to take up to about 48, depending on how much of it you depleted. I am in the process of trying to get stronger and metabolize fat. So my pre-workout drink, as you saw, was a cup of orange juice and some BCAAs, and that was it. I wanted enough to get my glycogen stores high enough for the lifts I needed, but also I wanted a point at which I did run out of glycogen so my body would metabolize fat at the same time. All right? So those systems, ATP, CP, are primarily going to be our strength training systems. They get depleted and restored roughly after about 24 hours, but you got to think, there's more to it than that. You've got connective tissue is going to restore differently than the muscle itself. The nervous system is going to be the last to respond. You will know when your nervous system is ready because you want to chew on a weight. That's how you feel. Like if I don't, like a pit bull, if I don't eat some iron, I'm going to go nuts. Right. That's when you want to hit it again.
Okay.
And I'm finding for me, that's right now at about 72 hours, but I'm also still well below my RM capacity. It's max effort for me right now, but I've got a lot left in the tank.
Right.
Right? It's still heavy loads and it's pushing me, but there's a lot more in there because I'm still 10 weeks out from an upcoming meet.
Okay. The other thing I had in the back of my mind as we were going through the workout today was I noticed you would stop and stretch some between different, either the squat or the deadlift, or you might just would go from one to the other. What rest intervals are we looking at, and how long and why?
Well, in the beginning, we were doing a superset, basically. We were taking very little rest breaks. What I have found the older I've gotten is it takes me longer to warm up. If I'm going to run 5 miles, I need to run 2 miles to be able to run 5 is kind of how it feels for me. Because we were going into heavier load today, I wanted to take my time, meticulously warm up slowly. I've got a couple of muscle groups that I've noticed in the bottom of the squat are tighter where I've never noticed it before, and that's specifically my psoas has gotten a little tight. So I would do a set, I would go over, I'd stretch the psoas. Now technically when we're looking at max effort and strength training, I don't want to do a long static stretch, hold basically a static stretch for 30 seconds to a minute and then do a power or max effort attempt. The nervous system, the Golgi tendon organs, they've been stretched out, they're all chilled and relaxed. And that's not the muscle I want under extreme load, right? So what I find works best is I'll do a static stretch followed by a dynamic stretch, like, Frankenstein walk or something like that. And then I'll follow it with about 5 or 6 plyometrics. So I will get down in the bottom of the squat and literally I'll jump up out of the bottom of that position 5 or 6 times, then get under max load. Now as we increase those rest intervals, rest interval is just another product of intensity variable. And intensity and volume is what it's all about. Your physiology and the energy system is going to adapt to the intensity and volume of exercise that you do. Rest periods are part of that volume. So when we're doing HIIT intervals, right, in our 30-minute hits, how much rest do we take?
From one exercise to the next.
That's about it. You get insulted if you take rest breaks in our hits here, right?
Absolutely.
Here, at the end, I was taking upwards of 5 minutes. At the end of that, like my last 3 sets, I did 275, and then I went 315, and then 325. I took 5 minutes between all those sets. And I did some psoas stretch, I went through a dynamic stretch, and then I got my nervous system back with some plyometrics before I went under load again.
Right, that's where it's like we were going, and then I looked and you're like, wow, he's really got something going on there. What's he doing? Why is he doing that? Okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I know you got a bunch more, but let's save it. So I know that's a lot of information for the day, guys. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot more cool stuff on strength. I think we coined the term the other day, the Strength Lab.
Strength Lab.
So it's not just about getting stronger, guys. We're really looking at moving into some new ideas about strength training and pushing the boundaries of science. Peace out.